experiences that we had in between internships. They were very informative because the amount of things that they teach you and the timings in which they try to teach you how to do it is very informative. Also, a lot of the hands-on approach, the hands-on projects that they give you was very developing for me and eye-opening.
Working on the Java machine problems during our Java training, it was very memorable for me since I actually learned best Java practices that I could actually apply in the real world.
That one code review session we had with Sir Callen right after our group project, we received an earful from Sir Callen telling us a lot of pointers, like what are the things that could be improved, etc., effectively pointing us to the right direction. So it was memorable because on that session, we really learned a lot, and personally, I think made me realize that I still have so much to learn in the field, and that is quite exciting and memorable.
For the games and activities that we had, for example, one of the ones that really stood out to me was the paper airplanes activity, where we had to go through the whole process of making a paper airplane from scratch and making sure that we can shoot it through some obstacles, because it really illustrated the point of the lectures really well, and it allowed us to more easily relate what we learned to real-world situations.
So I guess one of the more memorable things that I remember from my internship was when everything fell into place when it comes to the knowledge that I gained from the training. Those moments of, that's how we're supposed to apply it. That's how we're supposed to do it. Really were the more memorable times, I would say, in this internship.
They are very knowledgeable on what they're teaching, and they are easy to approach. So no matter how simple or silly that your question might look like, they would still answer it clearly and explain it very well.
All of the instructors that I have for the trainings that we were given is that they all work in a regular corporate setting and not just in the academic setting. So I feel that the things that they were teaching us and the things that they were saying comes from both application experience as well as understanding the theories behind it.
The instructors here are very competent in the courses they teach you. I also like it when they encourage participation, interactiveness in their classes, as it just makes it more fun and interesting.
Their ability to bring their real-world industry experiences to their teachings, and they don't just stick to theoretical concepts during our trainings. Instead, they give us practical, hands-on examples about the challenges and situations we'll be facing in our future careers.
There's a much bigger world in software development than I thought. There's a lot more to learn, but I also learned in this internship that it's graspable, that there are ways for me to learn about it and there are resources for me to take so that I could understand the bigger world that I wanted to get into.
Communication is really key when it comes to software engineering. It's not all about just coding. You have to make sure that you can communicate effectively with your client, with your supervisor, with your teammates. If you really want to build something valuable, you have to make sure that you have this shared understanding with the people that are involved.
Is to always be agile, since the tech industry is constantly changing or ever evolving. So in order to become a good developer, you need to be dynamic and adjust to different scenarios that you might encounter in the future.
Keep asking questions. There really isn't a time where I've never asked a question. So every session, I make sure that to ask a question. Well, number one, it's for me, myself, I really like asking questions. And for number two, I know that some of my peers are unable to ask questions themselves. So I become sort of this vehicle for them, that maybe they have this type of questions that they cannot ask, they're too shy. So I take that upon myself to ask these type of questions.
To have solid fundamentals and through your data structures. And for my own personal advice is that to be willing to put in extra work.
Be open-minded. Really try to take this opportunity to learn as much as you can while you're here, because it's really great learning experience because you really get to meet lots of people here, meet professionals in the field. You really get to experience being in a work environment, working on projects with your fellow teammates. And it really helps you be prepared for having a career in the industry in the future.
I would highly recommend it as it's both a fun experience and you will always be guided throughout your entire step, as well as being allowed the free reign to be able to teach yourself and apply the things that you have been taught?
Well, first of all, I was given the opportunity to be able to join this internship. It's because I took a leap of faith. I joined a programming competition that was held in Ateneo de Davao, and then because of that risk, because of that dive that I took, I was given the opportunity to meet Sir Callen, be interviewed by Sir Callen. And now, think about it, few months ago, if I did not take that opportunity, I wouldn't be here. So for all of my peers who wants to join O&B, just take that dive. It can be scary at first. I have a lot of peers who think na maybe I can't do it, maybe I can do it. But what I want to tell you guys is you can do it. It's a matter of, do you really want to do it or do you not? Because you can, and you will if you want to.
If you're planning to be an O&B intern, I think you should pursue it. I believe that getting an O&B internship would be such a great head start for your career in this industry, since the trainings they provide gets you a very solid foundation.
Practical, engaging, and innovative.